Now, parents at a prestigious London school where a serial child abuser taught until last year have been told he had photographs of 50 to 60 pupils on his computer. William Vahi, who taught at a string of international schools, killed himself after being caught with dozens of indecent images of boys who appeared to be unconscious. Our Home Affairs correspondent Simon Israel joins me now. Well, it's clearly a very disturbing tale. What more have you managed to find out?
Well, on the screen you can see 4 images of William Vahi, a teacher but also an international child predator who killed himself last month while under investigation by the FBI. They had found on a memory stick belonging to him at least 90 images of alleged victims, boys aged between 10 and 14 who appear to be either asleep or unconscious. The FBI say that these had been catalogued and dated by Vahi himself and corresponded to trips he had taken with these students since 2009. And Vahi had apparently told the FBI that his method involved drugging them with sleeping pills beforehand. Now, we learnt today that 50 to 60 of those alleged victims are at or came from a school, this school, South Bank International School in London. And we now know that this was a place where Vahi taught from 2009 until last year. Now, the head teacher there has written today to parents in which he has urged pupils to come forward. And these are children, interestingly, who may not have even known what had taken place at the time. But the head teacher has written in this letter in which he says, "This disclosure, which we learnt this morning, left us all appalled. As a staff, we feel upset, angry and betrayed. We can only imagine what you, as parents, must feel."
Well, it's clearly an appalling failure of the school to protect children there, isn't it?
Well, that's what it appears on the surface. Vahi had a conviction in California for child molestation back in 1969. When he returned to the UK, he was never placed on the sex offenders register. So when the school did criminal record checks on him, they gave him a completely clean record. In fact, the school head writes in the letter that Vahi had an immaculate record, although the letter also reveals that there had been rumours amongst students and parents, but these, according to the school, had never reached its management. So now we at school say, I talked to Sir Chris Woodhead, who is chair of the governors of this school. I talked to him tonight. He says they have now supplied a list of the name of every single pupil who went on a trip with Vahi while Vahi worked at that school in the 4 years between 2009 and 2013. So you can imagine there is an awful lot more to come out about what appears to be an horrendous story.
Simon, thank you very much. John.